What about the legendary Eastern sage? In the last video, today I talked about the current situation of the prophesied Eastern sages, many of whom say that they will travel around the world, preaching and saving the world, leading mankind to a wonderful new era. Is that true? I think it has a bit of an exaggeration. Not to deny his talent, but to save the world is a bit extreme. Last time, I mentioned that the Holy One was from a humble background, had no diploma, and did not understand the languages of different countries. How could he preach his ideas in different countries? I also know that everyone was looking forward to his arrival. But the wish was good, but the reality was very cruel. He could not even gain a foothold in his own country, let alone spread in all directions. Is the man in the prophecy just a rumor? Not necessarily. Why not? In Xi'an, the 1,000-year-old capital of China, I had seen a legendary Oriental sage open a small shop here, but in the end, you should have guessed that, out of business, he wanted to use his knowledge to serve the public. But the reality is that people need a way to make money, not to acquire knowledge. Even if you have a great ability, no one appreciates it and it is useless, and even some people scoff at him. At this time, the scene cannot help but make people think of the description of Lao Tzu as Tao teaching. The sergeant hears the Tao, and is careful to do it. The sergeant hears it, and the corporal hears it, and laughs. At this time the heart suddenly understands why Lao Tzu hung Nan Mountain and not out, because the hero is useless. No one pays attention to the end, can only steals away, which cannot help but remind people of poetry. The wind she is a water cold. Perhaps this is the true portrayal of dreams and reality. Sad, sighing, I do not know where to go. As I mentioned, this saint was of humble origin, had no formal education, and knew no foreign languages. So how can he spread his ideas around? I know everyone has high expectations for him, but the reality is always cruel. Even if he could barely get a foothold at home, how much more should he spread his ideas around the world? Is this prophecy just a rumor? Not necessarily. Why do you say that? Because in Xi'an, the ancient capital of China with a long history, I had seen with my own eyes a legendary Oriental sage open a small shop. However, the result is predictable. His shop eventually closed down. He wanted to use his knowledge to serve people. But the reality is that people care more about making money than acquiring knowledge. Even if you have a great ability, if no one appreciates it, it will not help. Some even scoffed at his behavior and laughed at his dream. This situation reminds me of Lao Tzu as description in the Tao teaching. The first sergeant heard the Tao and practiced it diligently. When the sergeant heard the Tao, he was either alive or dead. The Lord hears and laughs. At this point, I suddenly understood why Lao Tzu would choose to end up in the Zhejiang mountain. Because in this world, the hero is often useless. No one understands his idea and finally can only choose to disappear. This cannot help but remind me of the poem, The Wind Rustling Shi Hung. Perhaps this is the true portrayal between dream and reality. We cannot help but lament this Oriental sage. Where to go? How do you choose between your dreams and reality? Unknown. There may be surprises in store for you and me.